Yeah. Okay.
I will call you Hero.
the the dramatic pause there was great.
All right. Let me see. Oh, right. I made a new Steam group for Armada players that I need to add you to. Makes it easier for me
Ooh.
to invite people to Tabletop Sim.
Hey, I got an invite to play Tabletop Sim.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think who else I play this with. Oh well, that's good for now. Okay. So, let me copy the fleet. Ho ho ho! Okay. Interestingly enough, this is another 0 squadron build.
Oh. I see. Make sure I got it. Mine is not a 0 squadron build.
Okay.
Let's hope this all works. Nope. I've got multitudes.
Oh, I see what's going on. These are not the same color palettes. Interesting. Oh, it's so much better now that I know how that works. Okay. So you say you've got 4 hammerheads, huh?
Yep.
Alright, you're gonna do basically the same thing that. Oh my god, it's a shitload of B-Wings. What the hell? How do you afford all those?
It came to exactly 400.
That's amazing. What's on your hammerheads? Assault proton torpedoes. And Task Force Argana.
Except these two also have Ordnance Expert on the right, well, on your left, I guess. They don't have 2 black die, dice, but there's a chance to use it.
it's true. Could even use it for anti-squadron. If I had any. Correct. All right. So, oh wait, what are you doing up here? What I'm gonna do is give you, let's see, you have 4. 3,
Oh, what are those?
4. So these are markers that you can use to label your ships.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I get it.
So here's what's cool about these, though, is I just realized I knew you could hover over them and press 1 through 10 to change the number on them, but what I didn't realize is it changes the color. So, we'll assign, you need 2 for each ship. So 1 will go on the ship's base once you deploy it, and the other one stays near the card. But I'll let you go ahead and like pick the color that you want each of your ships. So just make sure the 2 tokens in front of each ship are the same color.
Well, if they're the same color, wouldn't they have the same number, or?
They do. That's the point. So the number, the token that you put in front of the card is going to match the token that you put on the ship base.
Oh, I get it. Okay, these
that
two
way
have
you
to match.
know. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
That way, yeah. Depending on where they move, we can always see which one is which. While you're doing that, let me make sure I remember my game plan over here.
Is there anywhere specific I should put this on the base?
I put it on like the rear of the base, but not until after we put them on the board and click the spawn shields button.
Oh, that's a good idea, because physics can be cruel.
But ultimately, no, it doesn't matter. Alright, I mean, my build's pretty straightforward. How many points does your fleet come to? Exactly 400, you said?
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm 399, so... I am going to elect to go first. And I just have to point out, I think it's absolutely hilarious how similar yet different our builds are. We've got like 1 flagship. I've got 3 Architens. You've got 4 torpedo or corvettes, Hammerheads. And then I just opted for the Gazanti instead of some squadrons. How much is a torpedo corvette go for? 36 points? That's super cheap. And then what is your task force Organa? While attacking, you may choose and exhaust a copy of this card on another friendly ship at distance 1 to 3 to re-roll up to 2 attack dice. While this card is exhausted, you cannot attack ships. Okay, that's super complex.
Yeah.
So when you attack, if there's another corvette within range 3, you can exhaust that card on that ship to re-roll up to 2 dice. And then that ship either had to have already attacked or can now no longer attack because that card's exhausted on it.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. And then Assault Proton Torpedo's black crit. Exhaust this card to deal 1 face-up damage card to the defender. Okay.
I didn't go with Dodonna, I think it was.
Yeah. That's good for me.
But this is useful because these cards have black in their attack pool, I think.
While a friendly ship is attacking a ship at distance 1 of a friendly squadron, before rolling attack dice, the attacker may replace up to 2 dice in its attack pool with an equal number of dice of any color or colors. So you can actually, if your torpedo ship is attacking a ship of mine that's in range 1 of a friendly squadron, you can swap out the red and the blue for 2 black.
Yeah.
And then ordnance experts absolutely would work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good combo. The only problem is your fighters that you decide to go with are super slow.
Yeah, but they look cool.
They do.
That was my main decision.
I mean, rule of cool is a real thing. Alright, that's fine. So I'm gonna go first. I'm going to choose to deploy my blue Architens over here as such. And then I just put the little marker right there so that I can see it. He's going to be going speed 3.
Okay. And then I get to do one for mine, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick this here Hammerhead. Let me see. Gotta move it back a little bit.
Oh shoot, yes, good point. Taser face or taser face. Do you want to play with obstacles or no?
You know, I haven't done that yet, and I kind of do want to try it.
Okay. Well, we've only deployed 1 ship each, so that's fine. You're supposed to do obstacles first, but first of all, hey Bill. And thank you. I'm going to call you Tasser for now until you tell me otherwise.
It's obviously T55er.
Yeah, so we'll play with obstacles, but not objectives tonight. We were actually talking about the objectives before we loaded in or started the stream up.
Taser face.
Alright, so second player gets first pick of obstacles. That's you. So you could choose any of these 6 and place them. They need to be at least distance... Oh, fuck. I know they have to be distance 1 from each other. And I think it's distance 2 or 3 from the deployment zone.
In which both of us check all the tablets.
Yeah, seriously. Obstacles. It doesn't say. This is what I hate about these books, man. Like, there's so many different, like, sections. Like, yes, here's the... Oh, you found it?
It's the page on the other one. But it's going over what the obstacles do more than...
Yeah, it's gonna be under setup. There's, like, I know there's something in here that says, like, full setup rules. Additional rules... I think I might not have gone far enough. Expanded rules. Complete setup. Here it is. Wait.
I found it too.
Did you find the place obstacles? Yeah, alright. Starting with the second player, players take turns choosing to place 6 obstacles. Objects must be placed within the setup area beyond distance 3 of the edges of the play area and beyond distance 1 of each other.
Okay.
Alright, so, well, distance 3 is the deployment zone. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So they just have to be outside the deployment zone. and at least distance 1 of each other, which once you place them, you can press a button on here, and it'll show you distance 1 around it.
Now I gotta go back and read what these do.
The asteroids, first of all, they don't affect fighters, and if a ship overlaps an asteroid, it takes a face-up damage card. If it overlaps a debris field, it takes 2 face-down damage cards. And if it overlaps the station, it can heal 1 damage card, or if it's a squadron, it can heal 1 damage.
I'm gonna place this one here.
Okay. And then, yeah, you can click that and see the range around it. I'm going to...
Oh, Taserface also posted it in the chat.
Yeah, Taser's going to be super helpful, and then he's going to realize that we're all new at this game, so our strategy is probably going to irritate him. Prepare to be irritated already, Taser. I'm just warning you in advance. Alright, I'm going to go with that.
I'm gonna put the station... You said this one can restore things?
Yep, it heals. Also, obstacles do obstruct line of sight as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this one right here.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Go ahead. Being a jerk, huh? It's fine.
Thread the needle with that one piece.
Good, I can put it right there. Look at that. It's perfect. That's what I'm doing. Fuck it.
Oh.
Alright.
Anyways. Oh. Ah.
Struggling over there. Alright, and
Nope.
pick a speed for him too.
I had to figure out which one it was. I start at 2.
Okay. Let's see. This is where if I had squadrons, I would start messing with you, deploying them instead. We'll do the other one on the other side going straight. And he's also going to go speed 3.
Okay. Gonna grab this guy. Right there. No turns. There's number 8. Also speed 2.
I don't know that I've ever played against Hammerheads yet, so this will be interesting. How much hull do they have? 5? That's a lot for a little dude.
Well, they gotta be able to push Star Destroyers into shield gates.
That's true. Okay. I'll do this. He's also speed 3.
Okay. Set this guy over here. This one will be at speed 3.
All right. Oh, whoops, that locked. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. You know what? That's fine. I'm gonna leave them there.
Okay.
It's kind of an accident, but I'm good with it. I'll do them at speed 2. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll do him right there. And he will start... start at speed 2.
I suppose the rest of this is just me now, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm not gonna check, but I feel like I can slide right through here with this guy, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, sure. Nope. Definitely.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in you.
That's all I need.
There's no way.
And then I
Speed
got all
3,
these.
huh? All right. Come on.
See, now I'm regretting it
that's a
because you
quick
said
boy.
that, but it's too late for me.
You got 8 hull. What's the worst that can happen?
Immediate death.
Attacking a squadron, you may spend 1 blue die with a crit icon. If you do, other enemy squadron distance 1, the defender suffers 1 damage. Well, good thing I have no squadrons.
Yeah.
Dagger squadron has swarm. No squadrons.
But they all got bomber, which is useful in this case.
Dagger squadron's a really interesting addition to your fleet here. Because you have no other swarm though.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess wait, while attacking a squadron engaged with another squadron, you may okay, never mind. I thought the other friendly squadron needed to have swarm too, but it don't. Never mind. It does still work.
I can put these guys ahead of the line as long as they're within
range 2,
range.
Yep.
Yeah, so I could totally offset their slow speed by just pushing them up.
They can go all the way up to here. I'm not moving your dudes, but yeah, they can go all the way up to there if you want.
Just make sure there's no weird overlaps. Oh, this one kind of does. All right.
Okie dokie. Set your dials, kiddos. Alright, I'm ready.
Okay. Me too.
Alright. First things first, I will do my Gazantes. They're going to reveal a Concentrate Fire. I'm going to take the token for that, and then use CommsNet to pass that token over to my ISD. They're obviously not in range to shoot anybody, and they're going speed 2. Oops. I'm totally flying them right into death. I wanted to deploy them kind of sideways, but I accidentally dropped the thing and clicked the deploy shields. But whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to use Gergerod. I'm going to take 1 damage on my left side to double crank my first yaw and pull that maneuver. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna activate that there purple hammerhead.
Okay.
He's got a nav token, or a nav dial, and I'm gonna exchange it for a token.
Okay.
In a surprise twist, he's not in range to attack anyone. What if I... Yeah, I'm gonna move him there.
Okay.
I think that's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll do the blue Architens. It's a repair. I'll take a token for that. And he's going speed 3. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Okay. Can activate the compatriot of said purple one.
Okay.
That's a repair. I'm just gonna bank the token. Not in range, yeah. That looks off.
Yeah, it might for you. If you sometimes shift it to the other side and shift it back, sometimes it fixes itself.
Well, it would overlap on that way anyways.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do the red Architens, which, by the way, is the only one with a bit of uniqueness to it. He's got Admiral Montferrat, which I think is an awesome name. While defending against a ship, if your speed is 3 or higher, the attack is treated as obstructed. After you execute a maneuver, if you overlap a ship, discard it. So as long as I keep him at speed 3, whenever you shoot him, you have to take a 1 die away. He's got repair, take a token, go in speed 3. ahead and do... I think I'm going to do that. Let me just see. No. So I'm going to trigger Jurjerod on him. Take 1 damage on my right side. So give me a double yaw, first click. And do that. Okay.
Okay. Can activate number 6, the green one. It also has a navigate that I'm gonna bank.
Okay.
His speed is at 3.
Ooh, speedy boy.
Oh, that was weird.
What
The
happened?
movement tool moved the squadron by
Yeah,
a
that's all right.
fraction. How dare it?
Oh my! Okay, go ahead. Have fun.
Let's see, I've got not much options for movement. That's what he's gonna. Oh, that was the wrong button.
F. Yeah, that's right.
It was just like crooked on my end.
Even if it is, I mean, definitely do that if you're trying to get a better view of where you're going to end up. But I have learned that even if the tool is crooked, when you click move, it'll still go to the right spot.
This is sitting on the movement tool.
What, the shield dial?
No, the whole base. Or am I just going crazy?
I think you're going crazy.
Oh, cool. Looked like it was like offset.
Nah, you're good.
All right.
All right, indeed. Doobie doobie doo. All right, we're gonna do the Star Destroyer. He's gonna navigate dial, which I'm going to use. It's got nothing in range. Going speed 2. I'm going to reduce his speed to 1 with the dial. And I'm not going to get an extra yaw. I think the 1 yaw should be fine. Yes, that's fine. Oh, just out of range.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the last Hammerhead as a repair that I'm saving for now.
How fast is this boy going?
He's at 3. Ah,
What are you trying to do?
I don't see the move button on here.
Oh. Me neither. Interesting. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
There you go. I see it now. Do you see it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's not overlapping.
Alright. My last activation is the green Architens with the nav dial, which I'll use it. Going speed 3. Yeah, I'm going to use it to give me 1 extra yaw on my first click to go here. Okay. Time for the big boy.
It is kind of nice we both have like 5 ships, give or take squadrons.
I mean, give your 6 squadrons and take my 0.
I just mean as far as like moving ships.
Yeah.
I got a navigate token first thing. That's the wrong button.
Are you using the dial or taking the token? Are you using the dial or taking the token?
I think I'm gonna use it, but I'm not sure.
You gotta decide before you use the move thing.
Oh. Ignore that.
Otherwise, you're pre-measuring.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Okay. Disregard.
See, that's a bad idea.
Why?
Running into the station.
No, it heals you.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to do that with
Yeah,
yet.
but it doesn't damage you. It's basically doesn't exist. But you would have to shift the movement tool to the other side to do that turn.
True. What if there's a possible movement that you can't do either way? Like a weird S shape?
That you can't do either way?
Like if you had some really weird zigzag where either way it collides with the movement tool?
I don't know. It all depends on which direction your last click is. If your last click is to the left, then it works on the left side of the base, and vice versa.
Okay.
You can see here, your very last click is 1 left, which is why this is the side it works on.
I put myself right there.
Look at that, you are on the station, but well, it's very close.
Oh wow, yeah.
Still just out of range, rebel scum. All right, well now, that was ships. It's now squadron phase. So I'm gonna sit back, have a snack, and watch as you move all of your B-wings.
Hey, these guys don't have very much movement. I don't know if you were aware.
I told you.
That's kind of why
I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're super durable, and since I don't have squadrons to intercept them, you're gonna get to use them. The only thing is they don't synergize that well with Sato. What Sato is really good with is like A-wings, because if you could just zip an A-wing, it's just like a single A-wing squad past like your opponents, and just get that A-wing in range, then you can start taking or benefiting from Sato. Yeah, don't forget to flip their colors too when you move them.
Oh.
I got these.
Okay, colors are flipped.
All right. Turn 2 of the ship phase. Or turn 2... No, this is command phase. Never mind.
Setup. We gotta reset
Status phase. Status phase, yeah. Do your shit. Do you have anything to status? We don't. All right. Command phase. Do your dials. You slimy nerf herder.
Who you calling slimy? All right.
Hmm. All right, indeed. Okay, so that was the command phase. Now we begin the ship phase. Now I have a card. Intensify firepower. At the start of the ship phase, you may discard this card or spend a concentrate fire token. If you do, until the end of the round, while each friendly ship is attacking a ship, it may change one die to a face with one hit icon and no other icons. So I'm going to spend this concentrate fire token. But wait! I have Wolf Yularen. When you spend a command token, you may exhaust this card to gain one command token of the same type. So I'm going to exhaust Yularen to get that token back.
Gasp.
And now, for this whole turn, when any of my ships attack an enemy ship, I can change one die to a face with a hit icon and no other icons.
I like it.
Combo. Super combo. Mega
Conceptually,
combo.
I like it. But as far as how it's going to affect me, I don't like it.
And guess what? I get to pull that shit every turn for the rest of the game.
Fun.
Alright, so I'm gonna activate Blue Archie first. Blue Archie has your front purple hammerhead at long range. Blue Archie has 3 red on the sides, plus enhanced armament, which makes it 4 red. Plus, with Intensify firepower, I get to replace, or I could change one die to a face with a hit. So I'm going to change this blank die to a face with a hit, and that's 5 damage. On purple, yeah, purple boy.
Purple, yeah. Gotta look up how these work again.
So evade will let you, at this range, at long range, evade will let you cancel any one die of your choice. In this case, I highly recommend using it.
Yeah, I'm gonna evade on that double hit.
Okay? Purple. Purple, purple, purple!
No, that's not the purple one, is it?
Nope.
This is the point of the colors.
Okay. So that brings it down to 3 damage. You could use redirect to move one of that onto either of your sides.
Yeah, I'm gonna redirect one of those to the left one.
Alright, and then the other, that's 1, so 2 more. Both come off the front. And that is that. Now, Blue Boy is going speed 3. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Okay. Aha! Hit and run tactics. You didn't think the Empire would resort to such strategies.
Yeah, I did.
You just got hit with a drive-by.
Hello.
Yeah, this game's gonna have 2 independent battles going on at the same time.
Indeed.
I see what you're seeing, and that shot is obstructed.
Yeah, I caught that.
I mean, you can still make it, you just have to take a die away.
I'm gonna activate the green one.
Okay.
Which has a squadron token.
That's not good for me.
And I'm gonna use it.
That's less good for me. Well, your squadron value is 1. That's okay.
Yeah. Gonna be all obnoxious. And I can
Okay.
move and attack with that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
A blue and a black.
And it has the bomber thing, so
Crits count, yep.
yeah. That was just 2 hits.
Okay. Well, those just 2 hits are going to get redirected to my front.
Okay.
Then the green guy gets to shoot himself. Not like shoot himself. Why do Quintons have 4 tokens? Because they're good. Look at all the defensive stuffy they got.
You managed to redirect 2 at once?
Yeah.
How do?
What do you mean?
Oh, any amount of damage, right?
Yep.
I wasn't reading that properly.
It has to be, the only rules are it has to be adjacent.
Yeah.
And it has to be any one hull zone. So I couldn't have done one on the front and one on the back.
But hey,
That being said, hold up. Just since we're on that note, look at my ISD over here. Because I have this card, XI7 Turbo Lasers, that says while attacking, if the defender spends a redirect, it cannot suffer more than 1 damage on each hull zone. So with those, then you're right. I could only move 1 at most.
That's noted. I'm gonna attack because the green guy's going right now.
Mm-hmm.
Front arc to side arc.
Yep.
And that's
Long range.
It's long
At distance
range.
1 of a squadron.
yeah. So I could replace that one with
A
with a
black.
black one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, if I felt so inclined, I could re-roll it because of Ordnance Expert. Because this is the green one.
Yes. Do you feel inclined?
Yeah.
Good job.
It made no difference.
What really makes no difference is since this shot was at long range, I'm going to evade and it cancels the die out and it does nothing anyway.
Ha! Alright. And then movement. I'm going to use my navigate token to drop the speed by 1.
Okay.
It's important to note I have no side or back shields.
Noted.
And that's that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to do the green Archie next. It's a navigate dial. And I will take a token for that. For shooting, I will shoot your green Hammerheads front. So side to front. It's basically all the same stuff from the first one. So I get 4 red, and I get to re-roll, or not re-roll, but place 1 to a side with a hit, which I'll do with this one. So 3 hits and 2 accuracies. So with my 2 accuracies, I'm going to say that you cannot evade or redirect. And
How convenient.
contain does nothing for you. So yeah, 2 damage off the front, and then 1 penetrates. For 1 face down damage.
That was
Green.
this here green.
Alright, that's all I can shoot. He's going speed 3 with the nav dial, so I get 1 extra yaw. Give me a range roller. I'm going to use this. I'm going to do 1 extra yaw to the left on my second click, and then double to the right, which I'm allowed to do. And end there.
Okay.
Your turn.
May as well activate number 7. That their tealish one.
Navigate.
And I'm going to use that right now.
Well, he can shoot first. Oh wait, maybe
True.
you can't. What do you have on your sides?
Just 1 black.
No, I'm right, you can't.
And no ships within.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that there's a little bit of black here. You have his rear arc in line of sight of your front in long range. So if you want to roll with 1 red on his rear, I'll allow it.
1 red. Oh yeah, because I can't replace dice.
Correct. No longer in range of a squadron.
But I can also use Task Force Organa to re-roll that.
Is you have a friendly guy? Is he in range 3? He is in range 3, so yes, you could.
Yeah. Although, is there a line of sight?
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah, because... Okay. 1 red.
A crit.
I've decided not to re-roll that.
Alright, well now I'll use my other redirect to bounce that 1 damage on my rear to my left side.
Crits don't, like, matter unless they penetrate, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Or, in the case of, like, so like in the case of assault proton torpedoes, if that was a black crit, that would matter. So you could use this, because the order of attacking is like gather dice, modify dice. I forget exactly what it is. It's like gather dice, modify dice, roll dice, then like choose crit, and then defense tokens for the defender. So if you have a critical effect like assault proton torpedoes, then you can use that before the defender has a chance to do anything. But most of the time when you don't, like if you don't have a card that has a special critical effect, then you just do what's called the standard critical effect, which means the first damage done to the hull is a face-up card. I know that sounds kind of confusing.
I more or less understand it. But either way, movement phase now. Oh,
I'm
didn't mean to
surprised it
click
doesn't
that.
say anything about the critical effect on these reference cards.
I'm gonna use
Just
that
he's using
there.
nav.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. I'm gonna reduce speed to 2 with that actually. Or yeah, because that's this one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go beyond 2 yaw anyways.
Nope. You could get double at the second click. You could do that, or you could like basically do a 90-degree turn to the right.
Ah, I need to get this out of the way because I keep clicking the thingy things.
Yeah, you could do that. Depends on who you want to pursue. You got to make a decision here. Who are you going after? You going after the ISD or are you going after the Architens? Because I'll tell you what, threading the needle, not a good idea.
What needle are we threading?
Between the two ships.
Yeah, I don't want to put myself between both of them. I'm gonna go with this.
It's probably the wiser choice.
Yeah. That's all I got for him.
Yep. Alright, I'm doing red Architens next. That is a nav dial, and I shall use it. I don't have a shot. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll use the nav dial to get the extra 1 yaw on the first click. And end up there.
Okay.
Playing follow the leader over there.
I'm gonna activate that there purple guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a squadron token. Because I believe... Yeah, these guys are all pretty much...
What?
Like within availability to use that?
It's close to medium range. So yeah, it's all the way out to here.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah. You gotta move this guy. There.
Before you commit to that, I'll remind you that the red one is the one that treats all attacks as obstructed. Oh, while defending against a ship. So never mind, the B-Wing would still get full dice.
Wait, what was that one you were talking about?
So my red Architens has Admiral Montferrat, which says, while defending against a ship, if your speed is 3 or higher, which it is, the attack is treated as obstructed.
So I'd have to remove 1 die out of the 1 die that I can use.
With your Hammerhead, yes.
It's also the only one. Yeah, that would just be a wasted attack, though.
I mean, the B-Wings would still get their attack, but that's it. Whereas if you sent them against the blue one, and again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just making sure you're aware of how it's going to work. Oh, wait, the blue one's out of range. Never mind.
Yeah,
so, yeah. That's up to you, then. The B-Wing would get full effect. Because Montferrat doesn't affect them.
That there B-Wing.
Okay. Blue and a black, I believe.
Yep.
It's still a hit. Red, I'll use... Wait, which hit? The blue? I'm gonna use the evade to make you re-roll it.
Which one?
Blue.
Okay.
Still crit. Alright, then I'll just use redirect and bounce it to... Let's do the front.
Okay.
Then he gets to move.
Yeah. Curses.
He's going speed 2, but you have a nav token you can use to slow him down or speed him up. Your choice.
I was gonna slow him down.
Yeah. And maybe worth noting that my ships outperform yours at long range, and maybe closing the gap quicker would be beneficial. Because I'm shooting you with 4 red dice each turn, and you're only returning fire with 1 in long range.
Very well.
Again,
Of course.
is it wise to take advice from the enemy?
Yeah. Hmm. Hey.
Yeah, I would click 1 more to the left. Well, okay, so actually that...
Well, the thing is...
I know, you're worried about your health, but the thing is... Yeah, who are you going to shoot? Because if I activate first, then they're going to move.
See, the shield situation is kind of why I wanted to lower the speed down to 1.
Yeah. Wait, why?
Because these things are not... Well, they're kind of meant just to be destroyed, more or less, I think.
How does lowering the speed to 1 help with the shield situation, though?
I don't know. Probably just... I guess it would keep me away, but either way I'm in range at this point anyways. Just trying to play defensively, I think. Oh well. And lo, I have moved.
Alright, well the only... Well, no, I do have... I can do blue? Oh, I haven't done my blue Archie yet? Maybe that
Yeah,
explains the range 1.
I thought you did move that first.
I thought I did too. How many activations do you have left? You have 1,
2.
2. No, that's... Oh, and I have 3. Yeah, I totally did this first. Interesting. Okay, well he used a nav dial, but I guess we didn't need it. Okay, I'm gonna do my Gazantes next. They used a repair dial, which I'm going to use to actually get 2 engineering points and put 1 shield back on my left side. They're moving speed 2. And what I'm going to do is actually use the nav dial to reduce them to speed 1. Oh wait, I can't. What the fuck? I didn't use the nav dial, I used repair. What am I smoking?
I don't know, but you should share.
Huh. I'm just gonna let them move straight.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's still obstructed because of the station, right? Or does that not?
No. So you have line up perfect clear shot to my side. Flotilla can't deal damage. Well, yeah, but the flotilla itself would take damage. And now on my... trust me, I was thinking of a couple of different things there. I knew I could bump I was also considering purposefully putting the flotillas in front of the ISD so that the ISD couldn't move forward. That's a strategy, is purposefully block my own ship so that I stay at longer range. Nike, I was considering that. But I think this will work out alright.
Cool. I think I'm going to activate the last Hammerheads.
Okay.
With a movement that I'm... No one's in range to attack, so I'm just going to move. I'm going to use their dial to give myself an extra yaw. And our blue one, where are you at? You're at speed 2. I'm going to change that to 3.
Smart. You can still get an extra yaw, too.
Yeah.
That's overlap right there.
Oh yeah, because there's on the other side.
Maybe the extra speed isn't... Yeah, that's where you'd have to go. Or if you stayed at speed 2, you could make a tighter turn and stay inside your friendly guy. Yeah, you could do that.
Alright.
It's actually... I think that's pretty smart, actually.
Okay.
Alright, well I have to do the ISD, so congratulations, you succeeded in delaying until I had no choice left. It's a repair, I'll take the token. I'm gonna do front to front of your green. My front's got 5 red. With linked turbo lasers, I can re-roll a red, and with the Intensify firepower, I can still, of course, set one blank face to a hit. So, I could set any face to a hit, so I'm going to set that to a hit, and I'm not going to re-roll anything, so that's 6 damage to your front at long range on the green.
I'm going to evade on that double hit.
Okay. So 4 hits. 4 damage to the front.
I can redirect one of those.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
Okay. Flip the redirect.
Yeah.
So you're still facing 3 more damage, and the first one is a crit, but you can use Contain.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
And that just makes it 3 face down, which I believe leaves him with 1 health left. Yep.
Whoa!
Okay. Then the ISD is moving speed 1. See, if I don't do that, if I try to turn right here, that still doesn't bump. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
MC80 has a squadron token. Or dial. That I'm gonna use on the daggers. Can do that. I'm gonna attack the Star Destroyer.
I really like the B-Wing models. They look pretty good.
Yeah. So that's gonna be just a blue and a black. Whee! 3.
Damn. I will redirect all 3 to my right side.
Okay. And for the actual ship, I'm also going to attack. I've got a friendly squadron within range 1, so I can use Commander Sato's thing to replace up
the
2.
Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
Alright, so that shot is obstructed by the station. So let's see, what's your front? 3 red. So that would make it 2 red. Do you have anything to add dice? Oh, you do have. You have spinal armament. So that increases it by 1 red, so it would still be 3 red. And then, yes, you could replace 2 of those red with any other 2 colors.
So I'd be able to make those 2 black ones?
Yeah, you'd be 2 black and 1 red.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like messing with a reroll.
Damn, 4.
I was debating doing like a black, a blue, and a red so I could do leading shots, but it's
yeah.
not worth it.
No, I don't think it's worth it. Alright, so 4, I'm going to brace to reduce it to 2, and then redirect my other redirect and take those 2 on my left side.
Okay. Then
the fact that he's going speed 3 is terrifying.
noted. Ooh. This could be a fun one. I think it...
That would have to shift to the other side.
Would it collide? Let's find out. Yeah. It collides with the obstruction.
You don't have to commit to that, though. You can hit undo and change it.
I just wanted to see where it would go.
Yep. Your other choice, though, of going left and then straight, that wouldn't collide. No.
That was...
That, and then... Sorry, whoops. Yeah, so turn your first yaw left, and then switch it to the left side. That would work.
Well, I think it still would... Oh.
See?
True.
If that's what you want. We can still undo it. Here, hold on, wait. There you go.
I kind of like just going full aggressive. If the button would click. And if the tool would not be all weird. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. Alright. That's it for starships. You need to do your squadron thing now.
Now we both get to do our squadron stuff.
Yeah, so it's reds. Or in your case, yellows.
Can't move and attack. Although, it doesn't matter as much because there's no squadrons on your side whether I'm like right on the edge or not.
Nope.
So I may as well just do that and keep them in range. I forgot that. Alright. Now we got 10 numb. Who cannot be put within 1 range of an enemy ship.
Yeah, so in that case, you want to start trying to lead them. You know, because, like, at this point, you're going to end up chasing them.
Yeah.
And with the only speed of 2, the B-Wings actually won't be able to catch up. So you're going to want to try and put your guys, start anticipating where they're going to be.
Indeed.
All right.
But I've made my moves.
All right. So, status phase, get all your defense tokens back. Excuse me. Do your dials. All right. I'm good. You ready?
Stuck on the big guy. Gotta think what I'm gonna need in 3 turns. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Do we gotta flip the counter thing on the turns on the side?
Yeah. Good call. All right. Okay, first, start a ship phase. I'm going to use Intensify Firepower again. So I spend the Concentrate Fire token. So I can set any die to a face with a hit. I'm going to exhaust Yularen, get the token back. And then I'm going to activate my ISD first. It is a Concentrate Fire dial, which I will use. My first attack is going to be on the front arc of your green Hammerhead.
Front to front?
Front to front, and... Oh, he only has 1 health left. And that's at close range, so I get 5 red and 2 blue. I'm not going to add a die to that. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. 5 red, 2 blue, printed front. With my linked turbo lasers, I do get to re-roll 1 red die. Oh, and Intensify Firepower, yeah, okay. This should be fine. I'm not going to use my Concentrate Fire dial on this shot. I'm going to use it on my next shot. Oof. Okay, so I'm going to use, because of Intensify Firepower, I'm going to set this blank red to a hit. I'm then going to, using linked turbo lasers, re-roll this blank red. So 8 damage and an accuracy. So I'm going to say that you... Well, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to say you can't evade.
Okay.
So I think he's dead.
Probably, but let me see. I can...
You can redirect 1 of the 8 damage to your side.
I can contain the crit.
You can contain the crit and redirect 1 of the 8. So you're taking 6 regular damage to the front, which is more than your total hull.
Yeah. But I tried.
But he did his best.
And now I gotta destroy this one. The button went away.
And then because I fucked up, I can't use gunnery team. So gunnery team would let me make a second shot out my front, which is what I wanted to do, but I failed to realize that I needed to have activated a concentrate fire command in order to use gunnery team, which I intended on doing. I should have made the shot on the MC-80 first, and then I could have done it. So I basically just wasted this dial completely. But I can still make a side shot on this torpedo frigate. So I'll do side to right side, or left side. So left side to left side, and that's at long range, which is 1 red. Oh, I totally forgot too. I could have countered your B-wings. God damn, I'm terrible at this shit, man. I made 2 errors already. There you go. 1 damage on your left side here. That's the teal one.
Yeah.
You could evade to cancel it, but then you can't evade later this turn.
Without discarding that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take that hit.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all I get to do here. And then he's moving speed 1. I'm gonna move straight ahead and overlap your MC-80. So I don't end up not moving, and we each take face down damage.
Well, sir, that is just rude.
And it's your turn.
It's the time of making decisions.
Yeah, which battle's more important?
I'm gonna activate the purple one.
Okay.
I've got a repair token that I'm gonna use.
Alright, you get 2 points. You can regen a shield.
Or move shields around.
Or
but
move
I'm not
2
gonna
shields.
I'm gonna regenerate the front one.
Okay.
Then I believe... I can do 2 attacks.
You can. You've got
Yeah,
blue at close range.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with attack from my right to your red guy's left.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, because this is definitely obstructed.
I don't think it is. Oh,
Like
it's from the side.
front?
You're right. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the front, but that's not in the arc.
Yeah.
So yeah, right side to left side's fine. You have to roll 1 black. Technically with Sato, you could replace that black with another color if you want.
Ooh. And then I have... Okay, so he's got Ordnance Expert letting me re-roll up to 2 black dice, and then there's also Task Force Organa, which would let me re-roll at the expense of another ship's attack.
Right.
But I don't know if I can do both of those. But I don't know if I want to, because then I'd have to sacrifice this one attack.
Well, I mean, you don't have to decide before you roll if you're going to use them.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that I have the option to do 2 different re-rolls.
You do. However, if you do use Task Force Organa, then the blue guy would not be able to make an attack.
Yeah. Alright. I'm not going to re-roll that.
Yeah, I don't think you would. Oh, wait. You don't get to attack him at all. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's obstructed, so you lose a die.
Of the one die I have to lose. Alright then.
But this one might hurt.
Yeah.
Well, luckily
Front to
you can't
side.
use Sato.
Yeah, because there's no squadron within
Yeah.
distance 1.
But, so that's still a red, a blue, and a black. And you can re-roll the black with Ordnance Experts.
Alright. I'm not going to re-roll the black.
Okay. Is that 4 hits? Yep. 4 on the blue. I'm gonna use evade on make you re-roll the black.
Oh, cool. Had to read what that did.
3. Alright, I'll use a redirect and take 2 in the front. And then the 1 on the side.
Okay.
And then he gets to move.
Yeah.
Purple is going speed 3. He's gonna go zoom and a zoom. Is he gonna ram? Is he gonna purposefully ram? What's he gonna do? Ram jam?
I'm tempted. Kind of wishing I picked one of the other things. I forgot what these are called, the specialized ones.
That don't take damage when ramming?
Well, it's like deals extra damage when ramming.
Hmm.
But I think, yeah, I'm gonna live up to the
Shift,
wait,
shift
other
over, yeah.
side. Yeah. I'm gonna live up, or does it? I gotta check first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hit
So
minus
I
on
got-
the speed. Yeah, minus again, because that's still going to overlap. And that's your result.
Yay!
And blue and purple both take a face down card. Okay.
That's it.
That is it. So I don't have to worry too much about him because that shot's obstructed by your own ship. So I'm going to do green Architens next. These concentrate fire dial, which I will use. So that's 4 blue. I'm going to do right side to front. That's 4 blue printed. And then with the concentrate fire dial, that's 5 blue. Or, I'm sorry, red. Why am I saying blue? 5 red, and then because of Intensify firepower, I can set one to a hit. Set this one to a hit. 5 hits and an accuracy on your teal. So I will say that you cannot evade.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna redirect 1.
Yep. You're basically taking 2 hits. First one's face up.
Yeah.
So that's 3 total to shields. I got your other shield dial. Yeah, because even if you contain, it cancels 1 crit, but not the other. So either way, you're taking a face up.
Yeah. But I'd rather only take 1, so I'm gonna
Well,
continue.
you can only take 1.
I know.
You don't need to contain. You
What?
will only take 1 face up damage card.
Why?
Because you can only resolve 1 critical effect per shot. And so the critical effect that's being resolved is, again, the standard critical effect, which reads, the first damage to hull you take is face up. So it doesn't matter how many crits I roll. If I'm doing the standard critical effect, which every ship has, then it's only the first damage dealt that's face up. Then after that, every other crit just counts as a regular hit. I interpret that as I don't understand.
No, it's more that the wording of the contain defense token just says resolving the standard critical effect. So I'd still feel like I'd be able to use it to... It doesn't cancel the crit dice specifically, it cancels the critical effect.
You're right then. That's my mistake. I didn't realize contain said that. I thought it just said cancel the one critical die.
Yeah. So
Alright, so you're right. So yeah, so you get just two face down. Good shit.
That was...
Thank you for drawing my attention to that.
Indeed. Alright.
Alright. What's my anti-squadron? Black. Alright, I can't do anything else with him then. Green. So I have a nav token, but that's for changing speeds, which I don't think I want to do. Do I? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to spend Green's Navigate token to slow to speed 2. I'm then going to take a damage on my left side to trigger Gergerod to get a double crank on my first click, and I, by default, get a double crank on my second click, and I'm going to pull that turn.
That's some, like, space drifting.
Hell yeah. Architens take some skill to fly, but if you get good with them, which I think I'm getting pretty good with them, they're super fun. I think running all those YOLO Corvettes made me good at space maneuvering.
All right.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I think I'm going to activate the blue one before the purple one gets destroyed.
Okay.
I think. Oop. Well, you only have one side die and it's close range.
Yeah, actually, he doesn't have any shots.
Yeah. Then ignore that. I haven't flipped any cards dials yet. I'm going to activate the big guy.
Okay.
Has a repair that I'm going to keep as a token for now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, yeah, you are in that range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the Star Destroyer.
Okay. This is going to be a big hit. So, let's first gather your dice. You get 4 blue because of spinal arm. No, sorry. You get 4 blue and 4 red. Then you get extra red because of spinal armament. Because normally it's 3 red.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just place the extra one in there too. And now, because of Sato, you can swap 2 out with 2 of any color.
I'm going to swap out these reds for 2 blacks.
Okay. And used repair, so that doesn't help. Alright, the only other thing you have is the leading shots. So when you roll, you can basically get rid of a blue to reroll however many you want. And that's it.
Whee!
So what would you like to do? You want to go with it, or you can spend a blue to reroll whatever you want.
I'm gonna spend this blue and reroll the black.
Not the blank red too?
Oh, I can reroll any number, yeah.
Yeah. That's why leading shots is actually really good. Even if you use it just to reroll the red, you're likely to just come out with an even result.
Yeah.
All right, 2 accuracies first. So pick your 2 tokens.
The brace and one of the redirects. Well, yeah, I guess. Actually, no, that doesn't. You can't do 2 different redirects, can you?
Nope.
Then the brace and the contain.
That's smart. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to use 1 redirect to take 1 damage on my side, so that's 1. 4 off the front, that's 5. So 3 more go through. One of them's the standard crit, so first damage card face up. Injured crew. Choose and discard 1 of your defensive tokens, then flip this card face down. I guess I'll get rid of the exhausted redirect. And then I take 2 more face down. So there you go. He's at 7 health left.
Woo! Now it's time for the speediest one to move, because nothing else is in range. I'm gonna do what you did and basically not move.
Okay. Just move straight ahead and...
collide and get bounced back.
Okay. So we each take 1 more face down.
And that's that for that.
That is that, Jack. So I did my green. I'll do my Gazantes. There you're doing nav, which they will use. I get to shoot your dagger squadron, because Gazantes actually have anti-fighter of black. So check this out. I get to do 2 shots with my Gazantes.
Wow.
Anti-squadron first to dagger squad. That's 1 hit.
How?
And then out of my side, I can shoot your MC-80's front with 1 blue die.
Oh no.
It's a crit.
Uh,
You can redirect it.
that to nothing, couldn't I?
No, because the brace halves it rounded up.
Oh. Yeah, I'll redirect to my left.
Okay.
Hey.
After that, so I'm going speed 2. Yes, so I'm going to use my navigate token, or navigate dial rather, to speed up to speed 3. I'm going to pull this maneuver. Hopefully that doesn't overlap. Ooh. That's super close. What do you want to say that overlaps?
I literally don't know how shields count in the overlapping.
I think they do. But it's so close. Alright, fine. It overlaps. I'll play fair. So they can't move. And the Gazantes take one face down. Alright. Your turn.
Yeah, funnily enough, it was the page right after what I was already on. Ship's shield dials and the plastic portions that frame them count as part of the ship's base for purposes of overlapping.
Yep.
But Squadron's activation sliders don't. So was it just the Gozanti that took the collision damage?
Because they're a flotilla.
Oh.
Like the Rebel transports and Gazantes, so when they collide, unless they collide with another flotilla, then only they take the damage.
Interesting. Oh yeah, one of my ships was destroyed, so I have but one choice left.
Go for it.
Do I? Oh no, I have... Wait.
Yeah, here, you did that one.
And that one. I have two left, yeah.
Yeah, because this guy's done.
I haven't moved this one at all. I just forgot because it got shot at a bunch.
Yep, this guy. So you have the blue one and the teal one.
I'll do the blue one. Oh. Ironic.
Well, Concentrate Fire might help you with that. Yeah, because Concentrate Fire adds a die, so your one red that you would use becomes 2 red. And it's obstructed, so you lose 1 red. But you still get to roll 1.
Or, well, I could do that with the front or the side.
No,
well,
you can't.
Because it's black range, it's close range, never mind. Yeah. I'm going to attack from the front to your side of your arc, whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna put these back on so I can clear them easily. Alright, so... What?
1 red.
Yeah. And I can't replace it because there's no...
No.
Squadron in range. So it's just the 1 red.
That's it.
Whee!
I'll redirect it to my rear.
Okay. Then there's just movement.
That's it.
Blue one's at speed 2. Nah. That would collide.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oop.
Oh. If I do this, I'm in danger. But oh well, I'm cool with it.
It's kind of the best move for you, though. Like, that's the whole... That's how you are supposed to fly those guys, is get them up close so that they can unload all their shit.
Indeed.
Alright. Well, I haven't done my blue. Which one haven't I done? Blue and red. Actually, neither of them have gone yet. So we'll do blue first. Concentrate Fire, which I will use. I have a repair token, which I'm going to spend. It gets me 2 repair points. So we'll get 1 shield back on the side. one shot. I will shoot... Which one of yours has used more defense tokens? Purple hasn't used any. Blue hasn't used any either. Alright, so we'll shoot purple. So left side to front. Because of the concentrate fire dial, it's going to be 5 red. Because of Intensify Fire, I can set that to a hit, and that's 6 hits at close range on purple. You can force me to reroll one with evade.
I'm going to evade. Do I get to pick the one?
Yep.
Because it would be that one. With 2 hits.
And got rid of both, so it's 4 damage.
Okay. Gonna redirect one to the right. Then take the one up front and then take 2 damage. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. I could have rerolled the dice when my blue attacked because of Task Force Organa.
What did you roll though?
I don't remember. It was just the one red.
Yeah,
so
it was a double hit.
Yeah.
So
I just realized I forgot that it was a thing I had the option to do.
It's alright.
Okay. That done hurt.
Indeed it did. Next, I can't do a second shot, so he's just gonna have to move. Blue's going speed 3. I think we'll just do that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Wow. I have so many options of one ship to make.
Concentrate fire with this boy? No, you got some... That does some stuff for you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not in range of the squadron, but...
I'm gonna use that there repair token.
Okay. Gets you back 1 whole engineering point. You can move a shield. You can move your 1 shield to any side you want.
I could. I hadn't looked at... my engineering value. So perhaps I won't.
Okay. Well, you have my side arc in medium range, which means red and a blue. Plus you use concentrate fire, which means you get to add a die.
Of course, all of your side arc, all of this ship's side arcs are black, so can't use those at all.
Nope.
Yeah, the only attack I have is basically front arc to the right.
Mm-hmm. With a red and a blue +1.
Where's the +1 at?
You used a concentrate fire dial.
Oh yeah, I could. Alright.
It just has to be a red or a blue that you add. Two accuracies. You're very accurate. It's like your guys took their time, made sure that their accuracy was perfect, and then forgot to pull the trigger. Or
I'd
pulled the
still be
trigger
able
and it
to
was
use
blank.
those, wouldn't I?
What's that?
Could I still? It's not gonna matter because nothing's in range.
No.
Huh. Noted. And then that is...
That's all you can do, man. You gotta move. So now the big boy question is, do you move towards the Architens and pursue for next turn, or do you turn left and flee? Flee with your 0 shields. And 3 health.
I won't be fleeing, though. I'll just be putting my backside in your view.
What's your definition of fleeing?
Well, I mean, I'll make the beginning move, but I'll still be in attack range, I think. Yeah, I definitely will.
Well, I mean, to be fair, your backside is the only shielded side.
True. Alright.
My green is my green is gone already though, so it doesn't matter. The only one I have left to activate is my red. He's using Concentrate Fire as well, so he will use that. Has he taken damage yet? Yes, he has. So I'll use his repair token to get 1 shield back on the front. Who can he shoot?
Yeah.
If I do front first, how much health does your purple have left? 2 health. My front arc is a red and a black. So, this is what I'm going to do. Red and a black plus Concentrate Fire lets me add a die. How many defense? No, I can't afford that, so I gotta do my left arc first. However, I will not add a die with Concentrate Fire. So I'm gonna do my left arc to your side arc. The 4 red. Oh, that sucks. I get to change 1 to a hit. So 3 damage to your side.
Well.
Purple.
Yeah, I got nothing I can do.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you can spend your evade to make me reroll 1.
Oh yeah, I can't just expend those.
Basically the only way you survive. You have to get rid of at least you have to get rid of the evade and I have to roll a blank. Is the only mathematical way for you to survive. Because you can redirect 1 damage to your rear, but you're still taking 2. Contain doesn't reduce the total damage. And you only have 2 health left.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna basically use all of these. Redirect goes away. And that goes to 0. Evade. Reroll that hit.
He did.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna keep these how they should be. Alright. Rip. In pies. Whoa.
Okay, so for second shot, I have your front arc. Is that obstructed though? Nope.
No.
So I can do front arc at medium range, which is just a red, but I didn't use my Concentrate Fire dial for that first shot, so I can add a red. And that's all I get is 2 reds. Woohoo. An accuracy and a hit. So for him, what color is that? Blue. You cannot use your evade. So you get 1 damage on your front.
I'm just gonna take that.
Okay. Alright. Then red is moving speed 3. I'm gonna do that.
Fun.
Okay. Back to the main action. Alright, you've activated everything. I've activated everything. Alright, you get to do your B-Wings.
Such small movement. Wait.
You're chasing, man. You're chasing.
Believe I could attack with that one.
You could.
That's the Dagger Squadron. Swarm has no effect here because there are no enemy squadrons on the field.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just going to attack with the dagger to the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Because I think, yeah, the flotilla is just out of the reach.
Okay. Blue and black.
Gonna be black and blue. 2 damage.
Okay. There's any of them crits? No. I mean, I'll brace it down to 1. And then just take the 1.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. I have quad laser turrets. While defending at distance 1, if the attacker is a squadron, you have counter 1. Which means I get to roll 1 blue die in counter of your dagger squadron attack, and they take 1 damage.
Noted.
Forgot to do that the first time.
And
Okay. That's it for turn 3. Game's halfway done. Get your defense tokens back. Then do your dials.
oh, these two don't matter anymore. Oh, and this is the last one that's going to matter for the MC-80. Why did this one turn gray? That's weird.
Because I touched it.
Oh.
Alright. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm good.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to do my green Architens. That is a navigate dial, which I will use. So first, I get to make a shot. Oh, wait, before I do anything. Doing Intensify firepower. Spend my concentrate fire token. Tap Yularen, get the token back. I get to set a die to a hit. Not gonna forget that shit. First thing I'm gonna do, anti-squadron out the front, which is 1 black, I believe. Yep. That's a blue. 1 hit. Then I will attack your right arc. Yep. Right arc. I get 4 red and I can set 1 to a hit. Oop. 4 damage.
Okay.
And it is teal. Evade, I can make me reroll.
Yeah. I'm gonna say evade and reroll the double one.
Still 3, and I think that's all I need. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, no, I can redirect 1 to the back. And I'm down to 1.
Yep. Alright, so I'm going to use my navigate dial to increase my speed to 3. I'm then going to take 1 damage on my rear arc to trigger Jerjerrod. Jerjerrod's going to give me a double yaw on my first click. Because I used a navigate dial, I can take 1 extra yaw on the middle click. I need a range ruler. He's going to be out of range no matter what I do. Well, time to change up targets, I guess. No, man, I need to chase him down.
You could also don't.
I need to. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Man, look at all that yaw. Jerjerrod plus navigate dial plus double yaw on the last click anyway. That is a sick turn, dude. That is a more than a 90-degree turn. And it's legal. That's actually exactly where I wanted to end up. Except that this guy's going to be out of range next by the time I get to shoot. Alright, your turn.
Okay. I think, I'm gonna get the big guy out of the way first.
Okay.
That there MC-80. That's a concentrate fire.
Yep.
I believe. Yeah, I've got enemies in 2 different arcs.
You do.
Well, I'm gonna start front to the front of the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to portion this out because it's a lot of dice.
It's 4 red and 4 blue.
Yeah, 4 because of the spinal armaments, and then I can replace up to 2 of them. Setting once again 2 red for 2 black. Believe that's everything.
Mm-hmm. And you can spend a blue to reroll as many as you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the crit and re-roll these two. Worth.
Okay.
Then can you can't use your contain.
Okay. 6 damage. Well, I'm going to brace that down to 3. Now I can't redirect. And I can't contain. So I take 3 damage. First of which is going to be face up. Target or disruption. While attacking, you cannot resolve critical effects. Okay. And then 2 more face down. So I'm at 2 health left.
I realize I didn't use the contain fire. Or, well, the not contain fire, concentrate fire. But I'm going to do that now, because I'm going to do side arc to this here arc, whatever, the green one.
Okay.
Normally 2 red and a blue.
Well, not blue because he's at long range.
Or, oh yeah, true.
So which one are you going to add? Well, you have to add a red with concentrate fire.
Yeah.
And then he is at range 1 of a squadron.
I'm going to replace 2 of those reds with the black ones because they're mean.
Okay. Two hits and a crit. That's my green. Well, I'm going to evade to cancel one of the crits. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm going to evade. I'm going to redirect 1. And then I'm going to contain. And I just take 1 face down.
Okay.
You thought you can only activate 1 defense token at a time? You can only activate 1 of a particular type of token at a time. So, even though I have 2 redirects, I can only use 1 redirect per attack. But you can activate as many different types at a time.
I think for movement, I'm just going to do what I did again and collide.
Okay. It does bring me down to 1 health. It brings you down to 5, but you still have plenty of shields.
And that's it for the MC-80.
Okay. Well, now I have to activate the ISD because if I don't, he's going to be dead. It is a concentrate fire dial, which I will use. However, first I'm going to spend my repair token to get 2 repair points and a shield back on my front. I don't think that fucking matters because I'm going to ram you at the end of this turn. Alright. For my first shot, I'm going to shoot your MC-80 in the front. And I better fucking roll good, baby! Okay, 5 red and 2 blue. Concentrate fire, I'm going to add a blue. With linked turbo lasers, I can re-roll a red. And And with Intensify Firepower, I can set one to hit. Okay, well, I'm going to reroll this blank red. I'm going to set that blank red to a hit. Okay, with 1 accuracy. This is stupid. Yeah, alright, you can't redirect. 8 damage.
I think you mean 4 damage.
Yep. Takes your front down to 1.
Alright.
Because I used a concentrate fire dial, I can use gunnery team, which says the next attack you perform this activation can be performed from this whole zone. But I can't do another attack against the same target, so I'm going to do anti-squadron out my front, which hits both Dagger Squadron and the other B-Wings for 2 black.
Ooh.
So Dagger Squadron first. 2 hits. Is that Dagger Squadron or... Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
not 10 numb. Alright, and then the
10
regular
numb.
B-Wings. 1 hit. No. What? Oh, the die is cocked, but the display reads 2 hits. Do you want me to reroll it, or are we just going to go with the display?
I'll just go with the display.
That's what we've been doing. If the computer says it's on that side, then that's the side we go with. What does Yularen do? Yularen says whenever I spend a token, I can exhaust Yularen to get that token back. So at the start of each turn, I've been spending a Concentrate Fire token for Intensify Firepower, and then exhausting Yularen to just get that Concentrate Fire token back so that I can spend it on my next turn. So this is just like a never-ending cycle. Every turn I exhaust him so that I can use this. And then I can't spend the token during the turn because I need to have it at the start of my next turn. Although this would have been a good turn to spend it because I don't believe the Star Destroyer is going to survive to the next turn. Because here we are. Now I need to move at speed 1. And, whoops, not you. And I don't think I can avoid a collision here at speed 1. Even if I try to turn. Nope. Even if I put it on this side and turn that way. Nope.
Especially if you put it on that side.
Nope. So guess what? Star Destroyer and MiG-80 collide. Star Destroyer had 10 damage out of 11. Star Destroyer goes boom. And MiG-80 takes another damage, so he's at 4. And that's that, Jack.
Okay.
Now I regret not rolling that counterattack against Dagger Squadron because they could have been dead.
Gonna activate my blue guy.
Man, the two mistakes I made this game really fucked me up. Reinforced blast doors would have done me wonders, yeah. Or not fucking up my gunnery teams on like turn 2 would have also not fucked me up. Go ahead.
I've got to concentrate fire.
Okay.
But I want to use my repair to give me 1 engineer to move my shield from my rear to my front.
Okay. Discard the token. Do the shiggity shuffle.
Okay. Then he's still at speed 3.
Yeah, they both are.
Being all rude and fast like. So I'm just gonna go... Well, the side arc would be only useful if I use Concentrate Fire.
Yep.
But I kind of want the other one. Actually, yeah, the blue one's already been damaged a bit. So I'm gonna go front to side, and I'm gonna use the command or the Concentrate Fire.
Okay.
So that is one of each die.
You can add one of whatever color you want.
Yeah.
Oof. Those blank blacks. Wait, which color is that? Blue? Oh, he's not the one with Ordnance Experts. Those two died. Was it a black crit, though? No, it was a red crit. Damn.
And I've got no friendly ships in distance, so I can't do that.
No, so pick a token that I can't use.
That was the blue one. I'm just trying to think. Like, evade would let you let you make me re-roll one. Yep. Redirect doesn't matter because you've got two. Contain won't matter because it's not going to get through your shields.
Correct.
Huh.
So, if two of them won't matter, which one would you choose?
Evade.
There you go. Alright, I take 1 damage. The end.
Yay!
And you're right, because my guy's still going speed 3, and the attack counts is obstructed, so your 1 die gets removed.
Yeah. This one is at speed 2. See, I like ramming. Actually, I think all of my movement options would be... That's not... Or wait, speed 2 I can move 2. Okay.
It would be on the other side for that, though.
Yeah.
Like that.
I was wondering if I could get like a double ram, just kind of drift into that. That'd be funny, but probably wouldn't do much.
I don't think that works either. I think when you move, if you overlap, you keep going back along the track until you no longer overlap. And then whichever ship is closest is the one that you technically rammed. That one you might be able to get away with.
Yeah, and then I'd be sandwiched between both of these guys that haven't moved at all. Which probably would disperse damage a little bit.
Wait, neither red nor blue have moved? Nope.
Yeah. Then perhaps... if this is to be the end... then it'll be the end. I'm gonna just ram into the blue guy.
Alright. Blue takes the damage. He's got 3 health left.
Mine has 4. Ha!
Alright, well guess what? Blue's activating, and it's a concentrate fire dial. Which means I'm going to shoot your front with 5 red. You ram me, I shoot you.
That makes too much sense.
6 damage. What do you like to do, Blue?
See, I already know this is going to be the last turn for this guy, basically. But I may as
Pretty
well have
much.
fun with it, you know? I'm going to say evade and reroll that double hit.
Yep. 5 damage.
Redirect one to the side. Well, that's not the right button.
Okay, 4
And then
damage.
And then contains, so you can't do the crit, and I'll just... I think that's it anyways. I don't know how much... I have 2 health. Or I've taken 1 damage, so I'm gonna have...
So you take 2 more.
Yeah.
Blue's moving speed 3. Take a damage on my right side. Get that double yaw from Gergerod. Save my ass from flying off the table.
Oh, that would have been fun if you're just like, I'm out. Bye.
Peace out, bitch. Alright, your turn to activate Teal is the last one you can do, right?
Yep. Gave that one a repair.
Okay. So 2 points, you can regen a shield.
I could also use my token to make it 3 points
You
on
could.
top of that.
Yep, and then you can repair a card instead.
Which one? Yeah, I'll just use this.
Nope.
Get rid of the damage.
Nope.
Or that was the wrong one, wasn't it?
There, it doesn't matter. Just take either way.
Oh. Alright. And then... this one loses 1. Fairly certain. Yeah, I have no attack
Nope.
vectors at all.
Run, Forest! Going speed 2. And this is where like you swing around and try and get the Gazantes before the game ends. That's really all you got.
There we go.
Okay. Alright. Red boy, run. Red boy, go. Concentrate fire. Go. He's gonna do side to front of 5 red. I can set this one to a crit. Or, I'm sorry, to a hit. Not a crit. 6 damage on the blue boy.
I'm still gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, do it. Reroll the double.
Yeah.
Still a double. There's no
Okay.
point in redirecting and no point in using contain. He did.
I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh, that was the wrong one.
No, yeah, you're right. Blue.
Because I used all these tokens. Or whatever. Alright. Ha! You didn't get me with a critical hit.
Nope. Alright. He's going speed 3. Take a damage on my front. No, on my rear. Trigger Gergerod. Double turn. Here we go. Alright. That's it for ships. Squadrons.
What about your flotilla?
Oh, flotilla. That's not it for ships. It's a repair command, which I was going to pass to my Star Destroyer that's now floating debris in front of me. So I will take the repair token. And I get to shoot, baby. I will shoot Dagger Squadron out my front with black. Get wrecked, Dagger Squadron.
No.
Killed by a flotilla. And then I will shoot your MiG-80 in the front out my side. With a hit.
I'm just gonna... No. I'm gonna redirect it just because I can.
Yeah, okay. Alright, and then they're going speed 3. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like any of these choices.
What humiliation is he explaining?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Now I just got a million wings.
How am I gonna explain the loss of an ISD? Oh, we got 4 of their Hammerhead Corvettes, sir. Or 3. We got 3 of their Hammerhead Corvettes and Dagger Squadron. I'm pretty sure we're in the positive here. We're not. We're not.
Might be. I don't know how these work. I don't feel like doing the math.
No. My Star Destroyer with all the upgrades and shit on it is probably going to be worth 140, 150 points. And all your guys are worth 36, 40, 45 each. No, I don't know. It might be close. You didn't get a single one of my Archies yet. Here we go. You can attack. Side or rear?
See, there's not an angle where you aren't going to be able to, like, redirect or something, you know? Because you have the one.
Yep.
I'll just stay rear.
Okay.
That's blue and a black. Two. Oh, 3.
On the green. Alright, well, I'll redirect. And then spend the contain to just make it a regular damage.
Well, it already was.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. No, it can resolve a critical effect. Okay. Neat.
Okay. This one.
And that's... yeah.
This one.
Yeah, I know.
This one.
I was gonna click the flag, but then I noticed it was done. I'm gonna attack the flotilla.
Do it! Side
Just
or rear?
The side arc, because it's right in front.
Okay.
2.
Scatter! Okay.
And then that goes blue. That's all my ships.
Alright. Status phase. Put all your shit back.
Scatter just negates all the damage.
Yep, scatter cancels everything.
Specifically, it says cancel all attack die. Alright. These are all reset. We're down to the last 2 turns, so this command dial just doesn't matter anymore for the MC-80.
Yep.
Can I even do anything with this guy? No, not really.
Now we got 2 turns left. Hello, B Danger. Welcome to the stream.
And to your doom!
Hope you've been enjoying all the screw-ups. How I could have possibly had this MiG-80 dead by now if I knew how gunnery teams fucking worked. Are you good with your dials?
There's
Oh, no,
one I
you're not.
still gotta do. Well, the only one I really have to do, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
Ugh. Alright.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I have to activate the green Archie first because he's most likely to die first. So he's got Concentrate Fire Dial, which I will be spending. I no longer benefit from Intensify Firepower. But I still get to roll 5 red. And...
You're
that's it.
attacking McDonald's?
That's right, MiG-80.
No, okay.
Wow, what a shitty roll. 3 damage.
Well, I'm gonna redirect 2 of those to the back.
Okay.
Actually, would it have been better to brace?
You brace
That
the
would've changed
3
it
down
just
to
to-
2.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Brace that down to 2, and then basically redirect to split it between these 2 shields.
Okay.
Alright.
Then I'm going to do Anti-Squadron out the right, which is a black. Nothing.
Hmm.
He's going speed 3. How much health does he have left? 3?
Does he have an extra yaw?
What do you mean?
Well, he's got this is a red.
Yep,
I'm seeing a red thing on the movement.
that's correct. Oh, Jar Jar Rod's dead! Shit!
Yeah.
Okay, well in that case... In that case, I'm just gonna fly straight. Your turn.
Okay.
Ha! Obstructed.
True. He's taken 2, he's got 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so it's long range for the MiG-80. So it's long range, so red only obstructed would bring you down to 1 red.
And then I could replace it.
You could replace it with Sado, yep. That's if you activate that ship. You haven't chosen one yet.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Well... This still has no bearing either. Yeah, I'm gonna activate that guy. I was
Repair.
expecting to be more damaged at this point.
He should have been more damaged if I freaking paid attention to gunnery teams. He should have had a whole close range frontal arc more damage on him. He should have had 6 red and 2 blue worth of extra damage. He basically should be dead, is what I'm saying. Because he's only got 4 health left. And I'm sure I'd have done at least 4 damage in that one shot. So I'm very salty right now, because that McAdie should be dead.
Well, I could use both the token and the dial to give myself 6 engineering points.
Yeah, you can.
And discard these 2.
Yep.
Where do these go? Back into the deck?
In the discard pile.
Okay.
Yep.
It's gone. Put this up here so I remember.
Then you can shoot.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to shoot the flotilla.
Okay.
This is in close range, so I get 3.
You do.
And I can replace 2 of them, up to 2.
Jesus. However, well, do you want to? I guess I'm gonna ask you. Do you want to spend the blue to reroll the blacks with leading shots?
Kinda.
There's no accuracies on the blacks.
Oh.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's not. No. No, there's no way for you to get an accuracy.
I have erred.
Scatter!
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the good thing is now I've used my scatter. And you have B-wings here. But I don't think they're gonna be in range. You really didn't have a good choice. I mean, it was either do what you did or shoot like 1 red die or 1 black die at the Archie.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll move that puppy. Let's get her moving.
It finally is going to actually move.
I know, and it's going so fucking fast. It's ridiculous.
Short of a 3-point turn, this is going to take like a 5-point turn to make a U-turn. Alright, and that's that.
Alright, I'll do blue. Wait. No, too late, I revealed it. Concentrate fire. You don't have any shots, so I'll take a token. Going 3. And yeah, I'm just gonna fly straight. Your turn.
I have so many options right now. No. I just have the one. With a navigate.
Oops, sorry. There.
Oh.
Nothing.
In range.
So how fast is he going?
2. I could do that, right?
Yep.
Although, why would I want to? I guess to not fly off the map. So yeah, I'm gonna... Where are you at? That's that one. Increase speed to 3. Go zwoosh.
Zwoosh indeed. Okay. I'm gonna do my Gazantes. Concentrate fire. I'm going to take the token and pass it to the green Architens. I'm going to use... I have no use for my repair token, actually, so I'm just going to keep the token. And I guess the only thing I can do is anti-squadron out my left. So 1 black at the B-wings. Nothing. I know a lot of people that token pass it. That's messed up. But
Is he
hilarious.
talking about the devil's lettuce?
Are you talking about the devil's lettuce?
The jazz cabbage?
Okay. You don't have anything to do.
Everything, so...
Yeah.
you
Red
move up your
Architens, concentrate fire. He has no shots. Take a token. Moving speed 3. Okay. Starfighters, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna save this one for last because I'm not sure if I want to attack or move yet.
Okay.
And over here. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the side of the
Yeah, I figured.
It's a blue and a black.
Two. I'll evade and have you re-roll the blue.
Okay.
I'll do nothing else because I can't do anything else. So first is face up. Discard all command tokens. You may not have any command tokens. Well, that's great. And he's got 1 health left.
All right. This one is not in range. And then... I may as well just attack.
Okay.
And then... 2 hits.
On blue. I'll evade, make you reroll the blue again.
It just kind of did a circle and landed on a hit again.
That's fine.
Alright.
That's also fine. I'll just take 1 of the shields and then 1 face down. So he's got 2 health left.
Okay.
Alright, that's it. Status. Do you have dials left to do? Yeah, you still have to do your 1 dial.
Of course, I'm assuming he'd even survive. but I'm gonna have to. This one. Okay. I am ready to go with my 2 ships and 5 wings.
Yep, alright. I'm gonna do green Architens first. Concentrate fire. So I can shoot your MC-80's front arc. So we'll do that. So it's going to be 5 red. Three fucking pathetic damage.
How is it 5 red?
Because it's 3 printed. Plus I have enhanced armament, which adds 1 red to the side, so that's 4 red.
The dial.
Plus the plus the dial. 5 red.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna brace it.
2 damage.
I'm gonna just redirect to split it among those 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can do anti-squadron out the rear. Wait, what's my front arc again? Red and a black. How much health does that guy have? 2 health? I should have concentrated fire on the freaking torpedo frigate. That was, I think I just made my 3rd critical blunder. Oh, no, I don't know. He could have used defense tokens. Alright, this is 1 red on your torpedo frigate and it does nothing. Alright. Well, guess what? He's going speed 3, and without Gergerod, these are my only options. Which means colliding. And that's where I'm going to end up. So
we'll take one?
Each take 1.
Alright.
Yeah, he dies.
Which one? Your O.
Yep.
Oh.
And your guy's got 1 health left, right? Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say I have like I had a front angle shot on yours.
Oh well. Your turn.
Yeah. In which neither of my ships can do anything. I'm going to activate the teal guy, my Hammerhead. Of course, I gave him a concentrate fire, hoping to get 1 last shot out.
I mean, that's the best thing to do, usually.
And here at speed 3.
Hey, here's you know what would be really funny? A really funny thing to do right now? Ram your own McH-80. Ram your own McH-80. That would be hilarious.
You're absolutely right.
It would be absolutely amazing if you did that right now. Oh.
Nah. He's only got 1. My Hammerhead's only got 1 health.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Oh.
You sure about that?
Oh, that's a good point. Alright, well, I'll do my blue Architens. Concentrate fire dial, which I will use to shoot at your B-wings. So I get
on.
2 black. And I can use my token to reroll 1. 1 hit.
Ooh.
Then going speed 3. Talk to the ass.
Was that booty?
Alright.
Alright. Oh, hey. There we go.
Squadrons? Well, I guess you got 1.
I do. I'm gonna kind of have to use that pretty much, because this is the last turn.
Yep. Oh my god.
gonna make you use that scatter.
Go ahead, blue and a black. If you get accuracy with the blue, I can't use the scatter. Scatter!
No. Then you're also at 3.
You've
I
wanted to
kinda have
love
to-
the kittens, but their nav chart is so bleh. That's why if you run them with Gergerod, it's actually so much better, and they're actually really good. I mean, obviously, they didn't perform so well in this fleet. I don't usually run 3. I usually only run 1, maybe 2, but I wanted to try. This fleet was specifically meant to run as many Architens as possible, which I probably should have just ran a Victory instead of an actual ISD. We'll try that next time. Maybe I can squeeze a 4th Architens into this fleet if I just run like a Victory as my flagship. But their side arcs have 3 reds. Throw enhanced armament on them for a 4th red, and then just do concentrate fire commands for a 5th red. It's fucking 5 reds out of your side arcs every turn, and Gergerod allows you to crank their first yaw value by 2. So, I mean, granted, this guy already moved, but just for demonstration purposes, keep him at speed 3, or speed 2 or 3, and with Gergerod, you get that crank of 2 at the start, and then 2 at the end. That's a 90-degree turn every turn. They're actually, it's really good, man. It's really good. And they're pretty cheap. But this might be overkill. Yeah, I see it. Alright, my last guy, Red Architens.
You got 2, because you got your flotilla.
True that. Okay, well, Red Architens. Concentrate fire. Also, if you throw Admiral Montferrat on one of them, if you keep him at speed 3, every shot against them is treated as obstructed. So that's also not bad for 5 points. Yeah, I can't do anything. Okay. And then the flotilla. The nav. Do Black Anti-Squadron at the 3 health B-Wings. Nothing. See ya! And that's the end for me. Now you do your squadrons.
Aw.
Go ahead, you get 1 shot.
Yep.
Do not miss your chance.
You only get 1 shot.
Exactly. Mom spaghetti.
Okay.
Accuracy and a hit on the blue.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He's not going to die.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can't redirect, but it's not gonna matter.
Nope. Was it a crit? No, just a regular hit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if I don't do anything, I just take the 1 face down. And it's at 4 out of 5.
Okay, so you're just gonna take the hit
Yep.
there.
And that's the end of the game.
Just to double check. I mean, I know. Yeah, no, those aren't gonna be in range.
Well,
All
GG. You totally won this.
I'm gonna do the math. Wait, oh, does it show?
It does the math for us. All
Where
the way
was
on the left. So you got 237 points of mine, and I got 146 of yours. You crushed me.
Wait, I'm still not. Ah.
Right here.
Oh, down here. Okay. Minus 146. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, the ISD was worth 173 points, so when you killed that, the game was basically over.
Oh. Yeah, I decided to have a bunch of small ships and then a bunch of, like, starfighters.
Well, you made a really good choice bumping my ISD and keeping it in your McAdee's front arc. That choice and my fuck up with gunnery teams, I just want to see. If I hadn't fucked up gunnery teams, that would have been a 5 red, 2 blue, 5 red. Oops. No, actually, that's fine. 5 red, 2 blue. Plus, I would have added a blue with Concentrate Fire. So I could re-roll a red and change one to a hit. This was my missed ISD shot. So I re-roll a red, set one to a hit. So 7 damage.
I could have.
Yeah, you could. It depended on what defense tokens you would have had available. So I don't know. Let's say this resulted in like 3 more damage.
Yeah.
It would have been close. It would have been very close, depending on the order of operations, because you healed. Remember, you had 2 more damage on this.
I did.
So that would have been 7 out of 8, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I feel like I'm bad luck for you, because last time I only won because you like missed a step. I think, like at the very end, you went back on your attack and let me redirect it.
Yeah.
And now this time there was a missing on the gunnery thingy thing.
Yeah, so see what happened is, because gunnery team lets you take 2 shots out of the same arc.
Yeah.
But you can only take that second shot out of the same arc if you use your Concentrate Fire on the first shot, which was where I messed up, because I was like, let's shoot this guy first. And I didn't want to use my extra die on that shot. And therefore, I couldn't take my second shot out of the front. So, lesson learned. Oh, gunnery team. I don't know what I kept saying. Gunnery squad. Gunnery... whatever. Gunnery team. It's a good card, but you gotta know how to use it. And I clearly didn't. Plus, if I had used... if I remembered I had quad laser turrets, when Dagger Squadron attacked me on that first shot, I'd have gotten their... could have potentially gotten their health down lower, and then they might not have gotten that last bombing run that they did, which would have left my ISD with a health or 2 more than it ended up with. Man.
And it would have given you an extra, like, I don't know, 15 points.
Yep. Well, good job. Good game. You win. I have to stop making stupid rookie mistakes.
I'm still going to keep making rookie mistakes because I find it kind of amusing.
So, I wouldn't say this is a rookie mistake, but you definitely want to fly your ships to their strengths. So, the Hammerhead, the torpedo guys, they only have 1 red die on their front arcs, so keeping them back, and you were like, I want to fly defensively, is just going to get them chewed up from a distance. These guys are meant to rush in at full speed, get close range, dump torpedoes at close range, and then either die or fly away. And, hopefully, like, you can do hit and run tactics. Like, if you fly in with them at full speed, drop a bunch of torpedoes, and then just fly away and run away, then, like, any damage I did to them that didn't, like, actually kill them is basically wasted shots for me. Like, this guy, he only has 1 health left. Oh, well, no, he died.
That one was destroyed.
This guy's only got 1 health left, but he lived. So I don't get any points for all the work I did to try and kill this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you look at that in terms of, like, resource or, like, shot efficiency, any damage your ships can take and walk away with or fly away with is netting, like, good for you. Because those are shots that weren't made towards another ship. Yeah, Be Danger says Hammerheads, shoot and scoot. So yeah, you do not want to, like, slow them down and try and, like, keep your target in your front arc, because that just gives me more time to kill them.
I think I'm gonna remove the B-wings. They're fun when they hit, but might just do A-wings like you were saying with Commander Sato.
Yeah, Sato works really good with fast ships because you just get them in range. They're not even... The fighters themselves are not meant to do the damage. The fighters are literally just enabling Sato.
Yeah.
So get some, like, cheap A-wings or even, like, Z95s. Cheap shit that you really don't care whether the fighters live or die. Just something that you can get in there, get in range and start swapping out red dice for black dice. Shara and Tycho are staples with Sato.
Staples and staples.
Hey,
Staples,
Hyperion.
staples.
This shit looks dope. Yeah, this is really fun. I've been playing Armada now for like a month or two. And I've been teaching it to a bunch of people that are interested in learning how to play. So this is Jiro. Just kidding. It's Hero. And we've got I put a whole couple of Discord channels on my Discord server for people who are interested in Armada. We can share fleet builds with each other. Where eventually, once people learn how to play a little bit better, we're going to do one of these campaigns over here that has like multiple planets, and you track your fleets from like battle to battle, and like you earn points that you can purchase upgrades with and stuff. And this is like way beyond my knowledge right now because I'm still just kind of learning the basics. But
this is the second campaign, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the first one over here. Seems much easier. This is probably where we'll start. But then this is the newest one, which is also looks much more complicated. But yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely loving this game. I'm loving the fleet building aspect of it. I fucking sit at work and like build fleets. Not when I'm actually working, but you know, when I'm on break or whatever. Here, I'll show you guys. There is here we go. Ryan Kingston's Armada Fleet Builder. So you can come onto this website, choose a faction, click Add Ship. Here's all the different ship cards in the game. So you got like the Super Star Destroyer, Quasar, regular Star Destroyer. So here's like the Star Destroyer that I played this game with. You can hover over Add Upgrade, and they have all the different upgrade cards available. I know on stream these are going to be super tiny. Even on like without on being on stream, reading the text on these can be pretty hard. You can zoom in on them though. But yeah, you totally can like build your fleet, add whatever cards you want, add more ships, add more upgrades.
I can still see your mouse moving on the tabletop sim.
Yeah.
Like your little hand moving around.
You have squadrons. So if you want to add some TIE fighters, come down here, add some TIE. Where are the defenders? Oh, right here. Add some TIE defenders. Whatever you do, and then you hit this button. It prints out a text version of whatever fleet you built. Then you come into this tabletop simulator module. Hit this button. You can paste your... I'm going to clear my fleet. Paste whatever that website prints out. Click parse. Click spawn. And it literally spawns the fleet that you built in the game for you to play with. So here's all the squadrons that we added. Whoops. Calculated. And here's the Star Destroyer and the Gazanti and the upgrade cards that we chose. And it's actually really amazing. Be Danger, I need to learn Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, I mean, I have Armada stuff. I have like some of the physical stuff, but ever since I started playing in Tabletop Simulator, it's actually so much easier. Once you learn some of the quirks of the module, which it's not perfect, but it is really good. It's really good. And the dice rollers are phenomenal. The fact that you can like click these buttons and add however many of whatever color dice you want and then roll them. And then you don't even have to look at the faces. It just totals up what you rolled at the top. Like, this is amazing. You could tell at a glance. Oh, 2 hits, 2 accuracies. And then, oh, I'm going to re-roll this one. Bam, now 3 hits and 2 accuracies. Yeah, this is really good. So, yeah, Hyperion, if you're interested in learning how to play, if you're on my Discord, go to the Auto Rolls channel. In there, you can select different roles on the Discord server that you can assign yourself, and one of those roles is Armada player. And if you do that, then we can ping you, and you'll get a notification whenever somebody's looking to play a game. It's 10:30. Kind of wondering what I want to do next. I should probably go record something.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter is going to be over next week. Actually, the last episode of Bounty Hunter is available on Patreon right now. So once Bounty Hunter's over, I'm going to have to find another classic Star Wars game to take its place. Anyway. This is what, your second game?
Yep.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
I have yet to lose. Although I think what you said, that video is going up tomorrow of our first game.
Yeah.
That was also... Oh, there's the big guy. That was also kind of a technicality win.
Such a shitty model. I can't stand how bad the model is in here. And it's really a disservice to how good the actual model is.
We should make our own.
I don't know how to replace it.
Well, you could just make your own module and publish it.
Yeah, but I'd
Like
be... I'd be like stealing this guy's module and then altering it.
Well, you could ask him. Like, reach out to the author, see if he's okay with it, because that's what I've seen some people do.
Are you able to edit other people's modules?
Yeah.
See, I've never gotten into that.
Like, you know how I was talking about Outer Rim having that the fame counter only goes up to 10, even though there's 12 spaces?
Yeah.
I went into the coding for the dashboards and figured out why it was doing that, and I know how to fix it. Like, I have a save of it, basically, on my computer of it, with that, like, fixed and made more efficient. I just haven't published it. Yeah, Bill says do a collaboration. But, like, this would be relatively simple, I think, just replacing the 3D model if you were to find a higher resolution one.
Yeah.
God, I saw a thing on Reddit recently of someone taking their Nebulon B, like, physical piece and putting LEDs inside of it so the, like, windows lit up.
That's
It
awesome.
looks really cool.
Who would win, one big boy or like 7 CR90s?
Is there a Death Star 2 for it to run into?
No.
Then it might have a chance.
Wait,
It's
okay.
got,
In
what,
that case, hold on.
instead
In
of
that
six,
case,
6 firing arcs?
in that case, who would win, one big boy or one A-Wing squadron?
Ooh. There was a mission like that in Star Wars X-Wing, except it was just a recon. I remember that.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit the button.
Oh, okay.
Were you going to do something?
I was just gonna ask if the A-Wings were gonna crash into the bridge.
That's what I was going for. I don't know if I can lift them that high. Oh, there we go. Hold on, wait. Oh, they don't stay.
They didn't put any physics on the actual model? How could they? Or how couldn't they, even?
There we go. That's as close as I can get it. Crash.
Spoilers for Return of the Jedi.
Crash.
That felt like the Star Wars equivalent of smashing your dolls together.
Yeah. No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Oh! Strength check. Very well. Seems like... I like how they just like respawn up in the top of the void when they fall to the bottom of the void.
And that, my friends, is, as they say, is that.
Indeed.
Well, Hero, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to end the stream and go record a Halo video or something before bed. I'm still trying to finish Halo Infinite. This shit's taken forever.
Oh. Hi, I'm gonna play games or something. I don't know. It's only like 7:45 over here.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. Apologize to the Armada veterans in the stream who had to sit through that cringeworthy game. But we'll get better. Hopefully. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Yay.